A Little Bit Extra is brought to you by the incredible Radiance Collagen Plus. This is your collagen with a little something extra because it's more than beauty support and it's tailored to your everyday wellness goals as well. This stuff is phenomenal. So go and get your hands on it now. The Radiance Collagen Plus, and thank me later. Always read the label and use as directed. Pharmacare Auckland.
I cooked, I cleaned, I decorated. I made it nice.
You can leave.
This is the best moment of my life. Welcome along to A Little Bit Extra. My name is Sharon, and this is your escape from the shit show that is planet Earth. And if there is one thing that I like to escape with, it is watching my shows, watching my reality TV, watching Hayu, and getting amongst all of the Real Housewives, Vanderpump Rules, The Valley, Southern Charm. I'm watching it all. I love it so much. And on the weekend, I was so honoured. It was genuinely a dream come true to go to Sydney to not only attend Hayu Fan Fest, where they had some of the biggest stars from Hayu there, but I also got to host a panel with Meredith Marks and Captain Jason from Below Deck. And I got to do it with comedian Jen Fricker, who I had never met before. We met for the first time on Friday, and it was one of those moments when you were like, did we just become best friends? Yup. It was amazing. And she was such great energy, and I'm so pumped that I got to do the panel with her. But before we actually got to Hayu Fan Fest, I got to go and interview them all. And when I say that I almost hyperventilated, especially when I saw Meredith for the first time, because Meredith is one of my favourite housewives ever. And it was just the coolest experience. And these are all of my interviews with the stars of Hayu Fan Fest. And we're going to kick it off with one of the absolute goats, Dorinda Medley from Real Housewives of New York City, and from Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey, who might be the most beautiful person I have ever seen in real life. Icons. Absolute icons. It's so weird. I was just talking to Meredith and Alexia next door and then coming in here, and it's so buzzy to see the people that you just watch on TV in real life. And I should be used to it because I've done this for 20 years, but it'll never be enough for me. But how are you both this morning?
We're great.
Amazing.
We're so happy to be in Sydney.
Very
we love
happy.
Sydney. We have all fallen madly in love with Sydney and the people.
Well,
Yes.
I'm from New Zealand, which means I also do love Sydney, but I feel like next time you guys need to jump the ditch and come over.
I agree. I've always wanted to
We're
see
working
New
on that.
Zealand,
We
yeah.
may be putting together a cruise.
Yes.
Yes! Because
Below deck cruise to go to
I feel like an ultimate girls trip or something could come and you could all
God.
bring you all over.
Well, they say New Zealand's just one of the most beautiful places ever.
Yes.
We do like to brag about that.
Yeah,
we
right.
do. Well, it's so awesome to be having time with you both this morning. And with the 20-year anniversary of Real Housewives coming up and Ultimate Girls Trip, we've seen the cameos that are coming. 50 Cent is coming out. That is so great. What was it like getting into that again? Because I heard that Heather didn't even recognize you.
Oh, Heather literally wanted to take me back to her hotel. And I kept telling her, I was like, it's me, Cynthia. It's Cynthia. She's
Which
like, I don't care. I want
which
Cynthia
Heather?
and 50
Heather
Cent.
Gay?
Yes. Oh, I was hot. 50 Cent is hot. When I put on that costume portion, all those girls, like, I had to, like, beat them off me. Like, they are like, they want some 50
Yeah, because
Cent.
you're a beautiful man.
You know what? Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's true.
Do you have an alter ego, Dorinda?
No, but I don't know if I have an alter ego, but the bubble dress is coming back.
Ooh.
Are you wearing it for Hayu Fan Fest?
No, not for Hayu Fun Fest, but it's definitely coming back in the 20. I broke
bring
out
it
the
back.
bubble dress from the
Bring it back.
famous NSL.
That is that's going to be amazing. I need to see that. That's going to be awesome. But the other thing I want to ask you about is, like, with the whole anniversary that's come up with Housewives and with Ultimate Girls Trip, is just seeing, it's like the most iconic season because all of you kind of all pop up. But we've also seen the return of Nene Leakes and also Vicky. What do you guys think about their return to the Housewives franchises?
I think it's amazing. You know, especially Nene. Nene and I came in as Nene's friend, season 3. And, you know, she was the breakout star of Atlanta, so I was very lucky to have been kind of ushered in by her. And she's just like, for Atlanta, when you think of the Atlanta Housewives, you just think of Nene Leakes first. So she's just done a lot.
Yeah, and I think that about Vicky too.
Yeah.
They're just the OGs.
They opened up the door.
They really
So
opened
we
up the
could
door.
walk through.
I really want to whoop it up with Vicky.
And when you watch that first, it's really wild now to go back and watch that first episode of OC.
Yeah.
The very first one. It almost seems like it was filmed on a handheld camera.
Oh, right.
It's crazy, the production, the glam, everything has just got bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And are you still going to be in the Roni spin-off with the OGs now? Because you were going in to replace Jill, right?
No,
The Golden
no.
Life.
I never replaced Jill.
But are you going to be?
But I am, yeah,
You're
I'm
on
on
it.
it. Yeah, yes.
Have you guys started filming that yet?
Yes, we finished 1A and now we're finishing the second part as we speak. I had to leave to come to, they're still filming right now.
Wow.
I know.
What was it like being all back together with all of the OGs?
You know, nothing ever changes. I've known these girls for so long. I mean, I see them off camera, so it's not like, no, it's just the same thing as it is. It's a Wednesday morning in New York City.
Because what is it that? Because I watch so many different franchises of Housewives, but I also, love your Below Decks and The Valley and Vanderpump Rules and stuff. And what do you think is the thing that us reality TV fans don't realize actually goes into making these shows? Because obviously you're living your lives out loud, but what are the other things that people probably don't think about when you're making them?
I don't think they realize how much work it is. Like when we film Atlanta, I think it's about 3 months of filming. If you're a full-time housewife, it's like you're just filming like sometimes 2 and 3 scenes a day. You guys see the finished product of what we do, but it really does, and my experience takes over my life. And I can't, like, when I'm filming Housewives as a full-time peach holder, everything's put on hold until the
you
season's
literally
done.
eat it,
Like, I
drink
can't.
it.
Because you gotta just be in it.
In fact,
and
to the
be
point,
in yourself. So.
to the point when I would film full time, I would actually say to people, "I'm just not going to see you for 3 months."
Yeah.
Because the truth is, unless you want to talk Housewives, I'm not going to be great company.
Yeah.
And my daughter would say to me all the time, "Can we talk about something different than Housewives?"
No,
and
when
you
you're
just
in it,
can't when you're in it.
it's
'Cause
just-
in order to really be fully engaged in the experience, you have to be fully present.
Yeah, because you're like either filming it, promoting
Thinking about it. Yeah.
watching it when it's
Doing
on.
the interviews for it.
Watching,
my bad.
exactly. It's just kind of like a never-ending cycle when you're in it.
Is it an actual thing? Because I feel like you are both the most qualified people for me to ask. Is it
you.
an actual thing where when you're going into a reunion, it's a real like stature thing to be close to Andy and also being closer to the middle, holding your housewife object?
Well, people take that very serious. I mean, I think the person that sits, I would never want to sit to the right or left of Andy because you
Same.
know that you're in the firing squad.
Same. Well, that's
I mean,
the hot
they are
seat.
going to put the hot seat.
It's the hot seat.
I
Usually
think the middle is the best.
Yeah.
I was always in the middle.
Yeah.
At the end, I'd be worried. I was
I was going to say the end is never really
No.
great.
Yeah.
Like if you can somehow be close to the person sitting next to Andy or
that's
the middle.
the best spot.
That's the sweet spot.
Because you're
Yeah.
both protected. It means you're going to have to engage.
Right.
But you're not in the firing seat.
Exactly.
The shit's going down.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's-
so basically you don't want to be too close to Andy or too far away from Andy.
That's exactly
That's
right.
bad.
That's bad. Like if I went to the NC, I would be
You're like, shit.
worried. I wouldn't be able to focus on the reunion.
I
What
did
does that
not
mean?
understand this side
Wait a
of the
second.
season.
Yeah.
That is so interesting because I always wondered if that was like a myth or if it was an actual science, but it sounds
It's
like
an
it is.
actual
For Atlanta, it's a thing.
Because
And for every franchise, I think, and people talk about it.
Well, I don't know because I feel like some franchises, like I feel like Beverly Hills, like people like Hal Richards, always is next to Andy, no matter what. Even though she always has a lot of drama going on, but I just feel like
Always.
that is just going to be her seat no matter what, as long as she's
It's
on
true.
the show.
I think Teresa was like that too.
And
wasn't she?
Teresa, and I felt like when Nene was a part of Atlanta,
Yeah, she was-
always
and
sat there.
Bethany.
And Bethany. So it
There
depends
were certain
on
ones that were just
the rules are
the
different
kingpins.
for
Yeah.
some of the OGs and the
Yeah,
kingpins.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I even noticed that with the new OC credits, like Vicky has like just come back after being away for so long, and she's straight back into the middle with her orange. I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder if that was in her contract negotiation that she had to be in the middle.
Yeah, I think there's a certain amount of respect that goes with that. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. I feel like you have to respect the people that came before you and open the doors because these doors have been open for a long time, and we want them to be open for even longer, right? We're not planning on going anywhere, so yeah, we appreciate the OGs that
paved the way.
Keeping those doors open for us.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for your time. I'm so grateful to be here and to meet you both in real life. I
Oh,
can't
so nice
wait
to
for
meet
Fun
you.
Fest on the weekend. There's this one thing that I need, Dorinda. I need you to tell me how you made it nice.
I cooked, I cleaned, I decorated, I made it nice.
Oh, this is the best. This is the best. Oh my God, I just remembered something about Cynthia. So Cynthia Bailey from Atlanta, which I have just started watching Atlanta now. There's 17 seasons and it's going to become my whole personality. I'm obsessed. But I just remembered the night before Hayu Fan Fest, we all went for a drink with the stars. And when we were leaving, Cynthia was going and she came to say goodbye to Jen and I. And when I was going to sit back down, oh God, I die inside. When I went to sit back down, my bag got caught on the table and I knocked over a tomato juice and it went in front of Cynthia. Thank God it didn't go on her. It went all down my dress and I had knee-high cowboy boots on. Tomato juice all down the insides of my boots. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And the head of Hayu was sitting there and she was like, oh my God, don't worry, girl, we've all been there. They were all so lovely about it. But then Cynthia was like, are you okay? And I was like, oh yes. I went to stand up to be like, I hope I didn't get you. I stood up and slipped again. It was humiliating. And when I saw her the next day, she was like, did you get all the tomato juice out of your boots? And I was like, oh my God, Cynthia, please don't remember me as the tomato juice girl. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. But she was so lovely and gracious and honestly one of the most beautiful people that I've ever seen in my whole life. And I will never stop saying that because just walking in and seeing her, I was taken aback. Just gorgeous. And after I got to interview Dorinda and Cynthia, I went and waited outside on my little chair, and then it was time for my next interview. And I walked in, and I got to interview Shep and Craig from Southern Charm. Now, before the interview starts, Craig comes out, who is hot as hell. And he comes out and he's like, oh, hey, I'm Craig. I'm just going to go to the toilet real quick. I was like, oh, okay, sure, no worries. So I walk in, and it's just me and Shep sitting there, and he's straight away so friendly. He's probably the person that I spoke to the most over the whole weekend. He was so nice. And then he was just sitting there. I was like, oh, hey, so my friend Nina is a really big fan. Do you mind if we take a video and I can send it to her? And he was like, absolutely. He took this video. Nina was so pumped on it. She booked a flight after I sent it to her from Noosa to fly to Sydney to come to Fan Fest. And it was just amazing. It was the best weekend. But when I prepped the questions for the Southern Charm interview, I sent them to Nina, and she and her friend Aiden, who are massive Southern Charm fans, they were like, hang on, girl, we got this. So I can't take credit for these questions because they pretty much all came from Aiden and Nina. But here is Shep and Craig from Southern Charm. Shep and Craig, welcome to A Little Bit Extra. Now, I was just saying to Shep that I wrote all my questions for this interview, and one of my best friends, Nina, is the biggest fan, and she made me send them to her, and then she was like, that will not do. And so she and her other friend, Adine, have written the questions for you guys today.
Well,
so
then I want to hear one of the other ones too.
Yeah.
One of
what
yours.
did she nix?
I don't know if you want to hear those
Okay.
ones.
Okay.
Also, we've just discussed, you guys I'm from New Zealand, so I'm not offended if you hate Vegemite. What was the feels? Did you enjoy it?
Salty.
No.
It's horrific.
Yes.
I don't understand. We have Marmite in New Zealand, and I swear to God, it tastes like tar. It's disgusting.
Really?
It's kind of like
Okay.
tar.
It's so disgusting.
I'm excited. I need to do New Zealand one day.
Yes.
Me too. I'm gonna fish there. Yeah.
Oh, you should. Well, if you do come to fish, you hit me up. I'll tell you the guy to go
Okay.
with.
There you go.
Now, I'm going to get into these questions from the
Okay.
mega fans. They would like to know, since you've both been on Southern Charm for such a long time, if you could go back and edit any episode and take out one storyline or scene, what would it be?
Mine was at the farm that we went to, and I got in a yelling match with my girlfriend at the time, Taylor. It's not my best look.
Not your best moment.
I mean, I blacked out on an entire reunion once, so I probably wouldn't do that.
How did you black out at a whole reunion?
Because we
was special.
stayed up trying to convince Austin to see the writing on the wall that wasn't our.
It was hysterical. He was on fire. I support it.
It's the only fight me and Madison have ever gotten in our whole life. But yeah, I would definitely change that. Yeah.
It's so crazy too, because like you see all the stuff with like Summer House at the moment and how people take beta blockers and stuff for the reunions. Like I feel like that would be a smart way to go. Like I would definitely hit
What
a
is it?
Raz.
Is that just a calming thing, beta?
I think it's like, I don't know what it is in America, but I think it's the
No, I've heard of it.
equivalent of like a Valium or a lorazepam,
Yeah.
so that you'll chill and don't overreact. That's what I would do.
It's a long day, those reunions, I'll say that.
How long are the reunions?
I mean, we filmed for 8 hours. Yeah.
With no breaks?
Oh, of course there's breaks.
Oh, okay, I was going to say. That's
like
satanic.
torture.
That's crazy.
It's
Okay.
work laws.
Next question they had was, if you could choose 3 people from Summer House to join Southern Charm, who would it be?
Shep doesn't know anything about the other
I know
shows.
Kyle. I love Carl. And Lindsay.
That's a good choice. Good
I
choice.
don't talk about Summer
Summer
House
House.
anymore.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
it's
didn't
fine.
even
I'm just
think
like,
about
I like
Yeah, there's
everyone
no
we
win
work.
situation.
Yeah, it's no win. Like,
Yeah.
I loved filming in the Hamptons, and maybe I'll go back one day. But right now, I don't even know who
Is
the
on
pool
there.
is still to
Yeah.
exist. Yeah.
Jeez, it's turbulent over there at
pool
the moment.
party
I
is
tell
still-
you.
Yeah, well, how about we start with a pool party,
Yeah,
and then
just
we'll
dress
recruit
up.
from there. Yeah.
I'm so keen. Who is the one person on your cast that you would call at 2 a.m. that you know would answer your call and come and help out?
Whitney. Yeah.
Whitney?
I feel like I'm that for some people. I would call it Shep, probably.
I'd probably be awake.
It's kind of awkward that you didn't say Craig now.
No, it's not.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. We have different chapters. There's been times where we were the ones calling each other, but
Big time. It ebbs and flows.
he doesn't know where I am ever anymore.
Aww.
But no, because we're both on the road so much.
Yeah.
But no, I think we both exist like that for other people, which is good.
Yep.
I love that. And what would your...
Whitney is one of the wildest answers that has happened today. I will just say that. That is fun. Whitney is
I've
the
been talking
like
to him
what?
more. No, you're right. He
I'm
doesn't
saying
answer
to,
unless
like,
it's convenient.
No, to
for
get
him.
you out of like a
That's
foreign
true.
prison, Whitney's
Yes,
gonna get
never
you
mind.
home.
Taylor. No, she's not on the cast anymore.
Like he doesn't know ambassadors. Like
What would your advice be to yourself going into your first ever season now that you've got a few under your belt?
I wouldn't change a thing. Like
Really?
I really wouldn't. And it was such an interesting learning curve and a special time in our lives that was just we didn't know what we were doing. We were so green, and
mine would have been
amazing.
mine would have been in seasons 2 and 3 to continue to be yourself. I definitely was trying to, I guess we call it self-edit now, but back then we didn't know any better. And I think I would try to control things that I couldn't. And all that did was prevent people from seeing the real me and the more of me.
Yeah.
In season 4, I went back to just saying screw it. And that's when things really took a good turn for me. The more people got to see my natural self. So continue to stay yourself the whole time.
Yeah. I also love like your sewing journey and now how it's like become your like business and stuff like that. Because I've got 2 little boys at home and we always try and say to them like, there's no such thing as a girl thing and a boy thing or whatever.
Right.
Is it a little bit of a like, excuse my French, a bit of a fuck you to all the people that used to mock you about that it's now become this kind of empire for you?
It all happened for a reason, because without the pushback, it would have never become what it was. Like, you had to overcome that, and then it became part of the message that it's like, you actually can do whatever the heck you want. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to wait for permission from anyone else. Just, if you want to do something, do it. And so, without that diversity that I faced, though, it just wouldn't have had the story that it ended up having. So.
I love that. That's awesome.
But yes, the store on King Street is a massive FU to everyone that
Good.
walks by.
I love that.
But they've all come around.
I bet you they do. Now they want you to hem their pants and stuff. That's what I'd be asking you. I'd be like, can you alter this for me?
You got to be careful of what's the Australian term? Chop the poppies.
Chop the tall poppies.
Tall poppies.
Tall poppies.
How the
That's
hell do you
in
know
New
all
Zealand.
this
That's a
shit?
thing. You're not allowed to say you're good at something.
Yeah, so like if someone's really successful, they try to cut them down to size.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a bad way
Oh,
to live. I
You
think.
want a Grammy? Do it again then. Do it again then if you think you're that good.
Yeah, there you go.
And the last-
I was recently told about that, yes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It really is the stupidest thing about our culture. But also I had to ask you real quick before we finish up about your ayahuasca journey.
Okay.
What is that like? Because I feel like I would love to do it, but then also I'm worried about like the anxiety of the whole paranoia of afterwards of what I had done during. So what was it like for you?
No. You go through episodes while on the medicine where you're like, oh my God, it's like a web is being untangled inside of you, and then you have moments of total clarity and beauty and stuff.
It's not like going out and blacking out and making a fool of yourself
you're
at a
not
local
dr-
bar.
you're not-
Well, I'd be worried I'm gonna like shit my pants or
Yeah,
something.
I think you do.
No, you don't.
You did it? Okay, good. Vomit?
There's but I mean, there's bathrooms, there's
Okay.
buckets.
You can find your way there. You're not like
Yes.
crawling your way through.
It's not like that. You're
my
gonna
gosh.
be fine.
Okay, great.
If you're not scared of the actual trip, then I think you're fine.
No, you need to be scared.
Like,
but more like don't lead with your chin.
It's just
because-
like the
yeah.
most intense trip ever. And
Yeah.
if you're not worried about that, then I think you're fine.
I mean, I can't say what I really think right now. But no, that sounds wonderful. What a wonderful experience. I look forward to trying that out, and I'll let you know if I shit my pants. Just for the record, I've thought about it more, and I'm definitely not going to do ayahuasca because it sounds too vulnerable for me. I think I would be too embarrassed, and I would just have this horrific anxiety for like months afterwards. But if you do want to read more about Shep's ayahuasca journey, you should check out his book because he writes all about it in there, and it's super interesting. But next up, I was the most starstruck walking into this interview because Meredith Marks from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is one of my absolute favorite housewives ever. And sitting next to her from Real Housewives of Miami, which is a show that absolutely needs to come back, was Alexia Nepola. And Alexia was, when we went out for a drink on Friday night, I was sitting next to her, and she just like kept turning around because like there was arguments happening at the table and everyone's like talking and blah blah blah, and she just kept turning around and she was like, so what have you guys been up to? Oh, do you have kids? And like she was really welcoming. Really, it actually blew me away how interested they were, some of them, in our lives. Like it was, and they wanted to know, like they were asking Jen and I all these questions, and it was really lovely. But I loved this interview so much, and I could not stop staring. If you're watching the video version of this, you'll just see me staring at Meredith in an absolute like awe face, trying to keep my cool. But to round out the Hayu Fan Fest episode, here is Meredith Marks and Alexia Nepola from the wonderful Real Housewives of Miami and Salt Lake City. Alexia, Meredith, I'm literally shaking right now because I'm so excited. I feel like I've just watched you all for so long on TV, and it's the 20-year anniversary of Housewives this year. How do you guys feel about that being part of such an iconic franchise?
I mean, it's incredible. It's like wild. 20 years is a long time.
I mean, I don't even feel like there's any TV shows that make it
No.
20 years.
It's very
So it's
unusual.
really a big deal. You know, they don't give us as much credit as we deserve, you know, reality TV. But I mean, I think it's just amazing, and I'm so happy that I'm part of it.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Like, I love like the looks, the catchphrases, everything. What would you say is your like favorite out of any franchise catchphrase that's come from Real Housewives?
Oh my gosh.
There's so many.
I am going to get Meredith to ask me to leave at the end of this interview, by the way. That's like one of my favorites.
See, if I had to pick on my own, I would take disengaging as my top.
Yes.
Just because of the, you know, it's a good way to.
It is a
It's
very
a good word.
Like, yeah, it's a good way to just keep some peace.
I've absolutely
Sort
used
of.
that on my husband as well. I've used it many times. But it's also...
Mine would be like slander. I guess that was like a moment when I had when I'm telling one of the other girls like slander, because she like accused me of saying something about one of her fake boyfriends. So she basically said slander. You know, I said slander, and then like me apologize. I'm never gonna do that. Like something like that. I feel like that's pretty like iconic because you know I feel like in our show. It's like it's about resolution. You have to say I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna say I'm sorry unless I really mean it.
Oh, me too. By the way,
I'm just
don't
not
ever
gonna-
apologize to me if you don't mean it. I don't want it.
Exactly. So that's what I'm telling her. I'm like, you know, and I'm not gonna apologize.
That's really interesting you say that because I was thinking about that this morning of like how the whole key to like being a great person on a reality show is like living your life out loud and saying how you feel and things like that. Do you find that that now just leaks into your life 24/7, not just when you're filming, that you have to just think out loud all of the time?
In a different way, yes. I do. I think that I was a lot less confrontational prior to being on the show and that I kept a lot more of my thoughts to myself. But I've realized that it's a lot easier in life if you just say it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not great and someone might not want to hear it, I think most people actually appreciate the truth over anything else. And it's easier to maintain real relationships that way. When you're kind of like glossing over things and ignoring them, that's when things sort of really go south.
I've always been very outspoken, so I've always like really said what I feel, and once I say it, I just feel like I have to say it. If not, I just can't. So once I say it, I feel good and I can move on. But I just need to get it out.
Yeah, because I was also trying to like think about it when you are filming in these scenarios. I'm actually really loving how you can see on Hayu and Bravo now, like how that wall keeps getting broken. Like we saw it with Lisa Barlow's like hot mic moment. But it seems to be happening
breaking
more,
the fourth wall.
Yeah, it seems to be happening more and more on reality shows. Does that freak you out? Because I'm like, even when I'm doing TV shows, I'm like, if I go to the toilet, I'm like, turn my mic off.
I think it's necessary, I like it.
Yeah.
And it's necessary so the audience can really like understand. And it's part of real time, so that's why it's like it's necessary.
And it's different. Like you see more on like Brooks' show on Next Gen. They do that a lot more than they do on Housewives. You know, so I think it's easier to follow sometimes when you do that. And I also think from like our standpoint, we're not talking in circles. We can just like be very blunt about what the issue is. So I like it, but we'll see where it lands.
Well, because that's the thing, like with Brooks now entering, like he always had cameos on Salt Lake City and now on Next Gen. What advice did you give Brooks about filming a reality show that he's like the star of?
Yeah, just to be true to himself. That's like the biggest thing in reality TV. As soon as you
Did you support him? I'm sorry, I was going to ask you that earlier. You supported it? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I think that, you know, if you're letting other people influence you, you know, because everyone's got their own agenda and, you know, they're like, you should go tell her this or whatever. Well, that's what they want to say and they're not saying it, you know, or whatever. And so as soon as you deviate from what you want, you're not going to make sense anymore. You have to really be true to yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that you're really good at on the show as well, is that you're very much like, this is it, and I'm not going to kind of deviate from that. Whereas like sometimes you can see like a bit of fakeness, which is why I really like the fourth wall breaking, is because you can see how genuine the shows actually are. Because your show at the moment is on pause, is that right? Do you think that it will come back? And if not, what franchise would you join?
Right. Well, no, I only want to stay with Bravo. I'm loyal, I'm faithful to Bravo, and I think they are the best in reality TV.
Yeah.
And I'm such a big part of Miami and the ladies that I'm confident it'll come back. I mean, I was confident for 8 years that we weren't on TV. I was one of the girls that said, it's coming back for sure. I just didn't want it to take 8 years and be a lot older, but I always believed that it would, and I still feel in my heart that it is going to come back. You know, New York was on pause, Jersey was on pause, and unfortunately we're on pause now because we wanted to come back to filming right away, but I'm confident that in the next couple of months we'll start filming again.
Oh, that's exciting. Do you think we'll ever get like a Lasa Kim Kardashian reunion cameo on Miami?
I don't think so. I don't think that she wants to do that, yeah.
Oh man, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
And this week we got the Salt Lake City trailer, and there's a new friend that we could see in there as well.
Yes.
What can we expect from the next season?
I think our season is going to be a little bit different, you know, because we lost Robert Jr. and that obviously was an emotional, heavy moment, and, you know, it follows through, of course, because it's something that is just in isolation. But then there's a lot of very light moments too, which I think is in certain ways, obviously not that part, but the rest of the season, putting that aside, was a bit lighter than some of our other past years, and I had a lot of fun.
Oh, that's so nice.
A lot of fun.
That's what I was kind of thinking, was like, that was so brave of Mary to come back and still film, because that would be such a hard journey to have documented.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the audience, I found her to be highly inspirational, and I think that will translate through to the audience as well. It's her strength was just so impressive.
That's so incredible. I find her very, very funny as well. She's so funny. But it's going to be such an awesome, well, not awesome, but it's going to be like a beautiful journey to like watch through. Well, it's my time to leave. So Meredith, you're going to have to kick me out of this interview. So you could just tell me to leave.
You can leave.
This is the best moment of my life. And last but not least, Juliet Mayhew from Real Housewives of London, who is just the most fashionable, kind, and awesome person ever. She had this like beautiful beaded like Chanel clutch, and I was just looking at it. I was like, I can't stop looking at your handbag. I was like, can I touch it? And she let me touch it. It's the first time I've ever touched anything Chanel. It was a very big moment for me. But then she comes to the red carpet on Saturday, and she is wearing this fully like beaded, crazy, amazing dress, which has like a koala and like feathers and everything. And then she has this big like feather headpiece as well. Like the risks that Juliet takes with fashion is unmatched. It's just, you have to see the picture. She's so beautiful. And sitting next to her was the wonderful Captain Jason, who I had so much fun with across the 3 days. He's so friendly. I had to sit next to him at dinner and we just had the funniest chats, and he kept making jokes and I like would miss him, and he's like, you missed it again. You missed my joke again. I'm like, Jason, you're mumbling. That's why I can't hear you. I didn't know what you said. But Jason was awesome. He's also got a new cologne out, which he let me sniff, and it was delightful. But here is my interview with Juliet and Captain Jason. Jason, Juliet, so exciting to be here. Jason, last time I saw you, I was FaceTiming with Aisha on my podcast, right. And then you jumped on, and Sheena jumped on, and Brock jumped on. And now we've met in real life. This is a big day for us.
We were in the lobby. Well, that was a BravoCon, wasn't it?
Yes.
In the green room.
Yeah, it was the most chaotic episode of the podcast so far. It was wonderful.
Love it.
And Juliet, we have just met each other for the first time.
So excited, yeah.
It's awesome to be here. And like the London franchise.
Unreal.
I have to ask you, and I'm not meaning to like cause any drama, but that dentist argument is the most ridiculous thing ever, isn't it?
It is.
It's wild.
I'm a woman's woman and I run a business, and I do not like anyone like going for a professional without facts. You've got to have facts. And she's a very good dentist, and still to this day she's a friend.
It's the funniest thing, like, when you watch any of these shows on Hayu, is when people are like, I'm not looking for the drama, I'm just going to go.
It was such a good house.
Like, straight in.
I was unaware. I'd seen her at a Christmas party the month before and said hi. Like, I thought we were fine. I had no idea she'd been harbouring this disagreement from 6 years ago. And I said very clearly to her, I like you, I don't like the action.
Yeah.
So we can be friends, but I don't like the action. I don't like the way that you treated this particular person. She's a well-respected woman, and I think it's wrong. You don't go on social media and try and annihilate someone.
No.
I was sticking with my guns, and I'll stick to my guns to the death. Till the death. No,
yeah, girl.
I'm a woman of justice. For justice, I like go for the underdog.
It's an interesting thing because Jason, I feel like you
had no idea,
kind
I'm
of
sure.
get pulled into these like Real Housewives things when you were on these junkets or at BravoCon and stuff like that. What do you think the difference is for you between below deck
He's a man. He
and
doesn't have
then
these conversations.
hearing the Housewives kind of drama?
Oh, my job is to try and right the ship.
You stick with the job. Put your head down.
And their job is to hit the waves as much as you can. So I find it very amusing. It's just totally opposite of my world.
And you kind of get dragged into it a little bit though, because then there was the whole BravoCon thing when during Scandival, when like Lala and that were all in a hotel and going to hang out with you, and then all of a sudden you're involved in Scandival. Like, does it just find you?
That's Sheena's fault and Brock's fault. They drag me up there. It does find me. And I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going. I didn't even know Tom. And next minute I was in an elevator with Lala at 1 o'clock in the morning.
We've got to have start something here with Hayu Fan Fest.
I know, we should. I am looking forward to it. Let's have a party. It's going to be great. Are you guys looking forward to being back in Australia and being amongst all the Aussie fans?
Always.
So happy to be here.
And we spoke about this earlier. There's been a massive shift. I was just on holidays with my daughter, and it's like so many people are enjoying the shows, and it's like we have come back every year for something, and always for media, for promotions, but like walking around the streets, or even around Bali, getting stopped, people are loving the shows. I really think Hayu has been a massive input into Australian TV.
Oh,
yeah, it's awesome.
Even over in New Zealand, like, it's crazy how much all of these shows have just, ever since Hayu has come in,
so Australia and New Zealand, to me it's the same.
You. It is. Don't say that. My God, edit that out, guys. Edit that out. No, but the thing is that like I feel like it has really ramped up. Like the knowledge around all of these shows is so much bigger.
Absolutely.
What are the Hayu fans like when you meet them? Because I feel like the amount of people just in the green room today that are talking about whether or not Jason's single and all this sort of stuff, and her, it must be a lot to deal with.
I love it. I love them all. Like there's no. as I said, we just got stopped so much on our holiday, Saskia and I, and everyone comes up and I get a lot of husbands and boyfriends that want to come up. We were having drinks this afternoon, and a gentleman came up and he said, "Can I get a photo for my wife?" You know, I think because we're doing a real job, and we are down under. We're representing both. We've got Aisha was part of our franchise, so we're kind of all representing there. And I think we're getting a lot of viewers coming in knowing, well, this is good to watch. And I think we are the gateway, which I've told you. I get told we're the gateway for the partner's housewife addiction.
Yes, that is very true, because it's one that the guys will sit through, which is very good.
And then they stay clocked in for the next one.
Yes, that's right. I have to ask one more below deck question, is because Aisha has the wildest stories. She's genuinely one of the wildest interviews I've ever done. The first time I met her, I was like, girl, and we got so many edit notes of things we had to take out because her stories were crazy. What is the craziest thing that you've seen during your boating career? Do I say boating career? 30.
Don't have many crazy. I have some fantastic stories, but probably not so crazy ones. But yeah.
Hit us with one.
Oh, look, I think one of the best stories I can always think of is up in Papua New Guinea. I was paddleboarding some leftovers, slops, the food scraps, ashore to give to the local pigs, and I saw a little girl fishing, so I took in a heap of supplies of fishing hooks and went back there a month later to find the chief to pay him for being in the anchorage, and he said that was my daughter, and it took her a month to find a hook, and then you paddled in with a year's supply.
That's so beautiful.
And that later on that trip, we had all these kids in dugout canoes, and we were shampooing their hair, and then we set up a big screen on the back with a white sheet and a projector and played Moana.
That's so cool.
And they've never seen TV before. We found a hospital that had no lights, running water. We all went back there and put LED lights through and everything, and they've still got the people that own the boat that still supply medical stuff to that hospital still. So I think they're probably more wonderful stories that I've got.
Yeah,
I think all the other stuff is when I was probably a younger captain, and I don't want to...
I tell you what, your story is much more wholesome than the incest story Aisha told me. Well, thank you so much for your time today, guys. It was so lovely to meet you, and I can't wait to get to know you more over the next couple of days. Jason, I'm on your panel with Meredith on Saturday.
Love it.
Got to think of some questions that I could ask you. But before I go, Juliet, yes or no, do you own the castle?
I do not own the castle. I've never claimed to own the castle. We're investors. My husband's a director. We're the second biggest investors.
Wow.
And it's owned by my husband's partner and my daughter's godfather, and one of my oldest friends I knew when I was 17.
So it's basically your castle.
So it's family.
Yeah.
It's a family investment that we put together. We've got a lot of businesses with my husband's partner.
Oh, well.
So yeah.
Can't wait to stay.
It's a home away from home.
Can't wait to stay there. Getting an invite. I can feel it. I can feel it.
You're always welcome.
You can see the bell ringing already.
An absolute fever dream. A fever dream. I have come home now and I'm like, did any of that just happen? I need to just let it all soak in. So if you want to see the red carpet interviews, they are on the A Little Bit Extra Instagram page right now. But don't forget to follow and subscribe, because I love having you part of this community. Tell your friends about us, and we'll catch you again next week. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. 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 This episode of A Little Bit Extra was brought to you by Radiance Collagen Plus. Now, this stuff is phenomenal, and it must be in everybody's pantry. It's tailored to your everyday wellness goals, and it's providing more than just beauty support. If you think about it, it's like collagen, but with a little something extra to it as well. So go and get your hands on it. Radiance Collagen Plus right now, and always read the label and use as directed. Pharmacare Auckland.